Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. I don't know the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. Guys playing, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well. Happy Monday to everyone. Hope everyone has had a good weekend. And yeah, my camera needs to be fixed. I don't know why it does this every day now. Stupid shit. Alright, and yeah, let's get it. Let's see what we have going on for today and take it from there. So start off with the calendar today. Monday we are pretty clean here actually all day. We have a little bit very late though. We have FOMC members speaking. Trump will speak today. Today he did say on Friday, actually Saturday, he said that he would be speaking today, giving the final clarity about the tariffs on technology. So if you haven't kept up with the news, he basically announced that he's not going to introduce tariffs on, well, the same tariffs on phones, chips, semiconductors, all of this stuff. So he's just going to announce the final clarity on that today. So we could see, I don't know what time he's going to say that. It's not really in here. There was more news yesterday after that. No, I read this morning. So this is just come in. I just read it this morning, literally a couple of hours ago, like 2 hours ago. He's gonna speak again today to give clarity a little bit more. Yes, the 90 days, but that was also his forgot his name. That was another guy. But Trump wants to speak today, just give a final clarity as well about some other stuff to do with that, right? Overall, right? So we know we have the grace period, of course. And we're gonna see what ends up happening, okay, with that. I don't know what time he speaks, but unless he says something dramatic, you know, we could get a reaction. We couldn't. Eventually what will happen, guys, this happened back when Trump was president. If you weren't trading by then, you won't know this. If you were trading back then, like me, then you will know this. Is eventually he speaks so much that his speeches just get ignored by the market. That's exactly what happened back when he was president. Is that, especially in crypto, he used to move crypto like 5% a day, and then eventually every time he said something, even major, the market wouldn't react at all. So this is eventually what will happen. So I'm not too worried about that. So let's go ahead and look at the analysis for today. Start off with GJ here, starting off on the daily time frame here. Start on the weekly, actually, for you guys who haven't joined our webinar and are not up to date. But weekly time frame closing bearish here, respecting support. Daily time frame also in a very tough consolidation zone. So let's bring back some drawings. Do I want to mark the weekly support? You can have it on for good measure. Let's put it here. Yes. Let's see. WS caps. Moving on to the daily time frame here. Previous daily closing bullish here. This is daily support is still here. 4 hour support is also daily support. We have closed previous daily bullish. We have closed previous 4 hour bullish. So we are bullish bias. Our weekly support is also 4 hour resistance there. So we are bullish bias today, which is definitely interesting here to see the bullish bias come through. Let's take some of these key levels back up. Put this into 500 here. So we're going to see what ends up happening. I mean, the sell zone looks nice today, but we are bullish bias. Let's have a look. So 1 hour time frame, pretty messy above here. We have some resistances here and here. 30-minute time frame as well, a little bit messy to the weekly support, but 15 could be, I guess we have room to the weekly support actually, but it needs to be a pretty good close. But I really don't like that full clean candles below. I wish today was mixed bias, would be a lot more straightforward to try sell in this type of zone than to only look for buys, but bias is bias. 13 pips above here. I would love to see a pullback and then continue the trade after a pullback. I think this would be really good to see a nice little pullback here, create some sort of structure, and then take a buys back up here following bias. There's a lot of daily support where we're at, right? There's a lot of BS below, and we've rejected quite a few times. So it's not to say that sales would be actually easy here. There's 4 hour support sitting right there. So we could see a simple retest of 4 hour support actually. And then we could start to continue. Let's see where that 4 hour support is sitting. I mean, if we see structure below the 4 hour support or before and then price get below, your counter trend options will actually be counter bias, sorry, options will actually be below here with no issues. So we're going to see how that ends up forming. If this was mixed bias today or bearish bias, it's very simple sells below here, but it's not. So moving on to gold here on the other hand, obviously attempted back into all-time highs. We did wick into all-time highs here in Asian, but no continuation, which is strange in Asian. Previously in Asian, we've been seeing very heavy continuation. So luckily it didn't break the high. It would have been nasty if it broke the high, because that would have been a valid trade. You would have been triggered into that if you're looking at it, and then it would have rejected. So we're actually seeing this high happen quite a few times, this type of pattern, which is a little bit dangerous here. We can see form a high, reject, form a high, reject, form a high, reject, form a high, reject. So we are kind of every time forming a new high, rejecting. So we need some sort of basically strong candle, you know, to give us that breakout and some strong volume. And if we can get that strong volume, then it would be very, very, very simple to see buys into the top of the range here. Not top of the range, we don't have a range, but back into all-time high. Horrible background noise. What's going on in your background, man? Better tell them to be quiet. But for today's session, let's have a look at what we got going. So daily obviously is bullish. 4 hour, how did 4 hour candle close? Closed bullish as well. Let's see. Let's see how he's talking about stream background. Why is there stream background noise? I don't hear any feedback. Music is okay, music is not okay, disturbing. Okay, we'll go no music then. So if we look at price here, and we're looking at how price has closed, we can see that, you know, obviously 4 hour candle closing back in the range, but rejecting the top of the range as well. So it's kind of giving us that uncertainty, but nevertheless is a bullish candle close here. So breakouts would be good. This is 4 hour resistance here. 4 hour support. So we can see that 4 hour support, not looking for sells, to be honest, on a day like today. It's too risky, I think, to sell just yet. A lot of supports below as well. So for me, the buys here, the buys on a day like today, I guess if we form structure, we can maybe fill back up, but realistically, we're looking to get back to the 4 hour. And it looks like it's going to be this zone here. $32 pips. With these days, range is not too big, but if we could break through, if it can break through, it would be pretty good, right? So if we can get the actual breakthrough, it would be pretty cool. So yeah, I guess buys above here is going to make sense. I need more information to see how to buy inside the range. If we come back to the bottom of the ranges, it has options, but it's pretty hard where we are right now. This kind of mid-range here, especially with this structural point here, makes it hard. Above here can have buy options to the 4 hour resistance, and then look to push back up into the highs here, see if we can get through the 4 hour resistance, and then that's it. It's so weird without music. You guys can't make up your mind. First you're saying the music is too loud, then no music, and now you're saying no music's weird. You see, make up your minds. Make up your minds. It was the song. A song plays every time. Same playlist. Same playlist. But yeah, let's get into DAX here. On the other hand, let's get into DAX. It's not on Zoom. No one's complaining on Zoom. Looking at DAX here on the daily time frame here. See how the daily is closed. No bottom wick on current candle. Is this the same on broker? I'm interested to see actually. So doji candle close, current daily has a bottom wick. Okay, cool. So previous daily is doji. Whenever it's doji, you can kind of consider it as mixed because it's just doji. So this current candle has a bottom. This candle has a bottom wick, so I'm not too worried about that. 4-hour time frame here is closing bullish, but starting to show some signs of weakness. We can see that how we're closing at price. Can move this up here to previous 4-hour support. See what we got going on. Otherwise, 1-hour time frame. We have a nice range above here. We've wicked into this zone so many times, huh? Very heavy zone we wicked into. This previous 15 we can bring back to here. This was the fake out from Friday. So we're back into Friday highs here. So if we get back above Friday highs, I do see the opportunity for buys to come through here. I do see the opportunity for buys to come through here, So for me, makes sense. Now, the option to buy above here will be dependent if we liquidity grab down first. If we liquidity grab down first, this would be okay to attempt a buy here. We do have about 38 point range, so it's not ridiculous. It does make sense as well to look for that. So that's something I would consider actually, is to buy through that range and then see what ends up happening from there. So we're gonna see. Sells I'm not interested in though, although we are weak, so maybe counter buy sells I'm interested in for sure. But I need to see probably below previous 4-hour support minimum, because if you think about it, this is just a retest zone. This is just a retest zone, and if this is a retest zone, I don't want to really sell into that. And yeah, that's pretty much the analysis here. Pretty clear plans we have now. It's a matter of a waiting game, see if something forms, and then execute based on the plans. That's how it is. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me here. Hope you guys understood the plans and enjoyed the plans. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the stream. You guys know the drill. Let's get the likes up to 150. And let's go, right? Let's go. So let's see what ends up happening. Buys later on DAX this week will be good. Why later this week? Are you good in this weekend? Good, thanks, brother. Good. Let's get a change. Just want to say thanks for all the value provided. Thanks, man. Been a pleasure on stream. Drop in when you can. Thought my computer wasn't working? No. We removed music. I personally like music. So if not, I'll just put it on for myself. I play it for myself though. $700 views for music? Yes. YouTube removed music? No. People were complaining, saying the music was really bad, background noise, and so I removed it. So I tried without. I removed it. While I did the analysis. Because I don't have time to deal with it. So I can just remove it. Increase the volume? You guys are trolling, bro. You guys are really trolling. You guys are trolling. This is the exact same volume I had before I muted it. Exact same volume. How's the CS stream? Was good. You deleted the CS stream? No, I just don't post it because this is a trading channel, right? So I'm not gonna post it on a trading channel. It will mess up algorithm, will mess up everything. I still have the stream though. It's just not posted, that's all. I think I made it private. Private or unlisted, one or the other. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's right here. Can we watch it? Let's see. You can watch it. Yeah, we have the CS stream. I could probably just send you guys the link though. I can send you guys the link. It's weird watching my own self playing. I haven't watched myself play. Won some games? Yeah, we played one. We made the other team forfeit. So you can watch that. I have the link. I'm gonna post the link in Discord after. I'll post the link after. I'll just set it to private. It's really annoying that they developed the game and they forgot a game like it's in Iraq or something. You can choose the map. There's all different types of maps. There's Italy, based off Italy. There's based off South America. There's based off all different things. And it's just a game at the end of the world. It's just a game. There's CT and counter there. It's just a game. I mean, this game has been going on for ages, man. Ages. You know, it's not like that. There's way worse games. I mean, look at the new Call of Duty. Alright, GJ breaking down to back to maybe the retest here, and we can take a trade back up towards the highs. So what happened to Om? No, I didn't see what happened. Hope you're having a good day. I have a doubt about setup 1. Tell me if I got it right. So we wait for 15-minute close above the range. Then we wait for 5-minute structure form. And then no, just 15-minute close above the range. That's it, man. 15-minute candle close above the range. Very, you know, very straightforward. Keep it very straightforward. So as long as there's structure on 15, like imagine this closed above here would be a 15-minute setup 1 if the next candle closed above. Only time we wait for 5 structures, let's say we don't have this structure. Maybe price closed above like this deep or something. You know, so we need to wait for something. Or maybe closed above like this. There's structure here, but it closed above quite deep. So we want more information. Top 50 project and minus 90 in an hour. Shit, man. Shit. Harry, thank you so much for the new upload to make it very simple to understand how to mark up. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, guys. Yeah, make sure you check out the most recent video. I like to simplify things. So, yeah, I appreciate the feedback and appreciate you guys watching it as always. Here's the video. Go watch. Leave a like, leave a comment, all of that good stuff. If you don't, then you're just, I don't know. Maybe I'll just insult you, but you'll never succeed. You're going to remain unprofitable for life. So that's your choice. You either want to become profitable or remain unprofitable. That's your choice. If you want to be profitable, click the video. If you don't want to be profitable, that's your choice. What a candle, man. Shit. What a candle. Jesus. All right, gold pushing back up here as well. Are you updating your hourly support and resistance every hour? If I need to, but let's say this candle here, which is going to be the hourly close, closes above here. It hasn't created a resistance. It hasn't created a support. So I don't need to update it. You understand? For a support to be made, you need 2 candles. One candle closing one direction, another candle closing another direction. That's how a support's going to be made. So just because a candle closing in one direction doesn't mean it's just how it is. But yeah, you guys said you enjoyed the CS stream. I think next time I'm just gonna make a Twitch account and stream it on Twitch. Much easier. Then I don't need to combine both YouTube and this. I stream on Twitch and then I can leave it posted on Twitch as well. Why are we using Pith for gold? I like it. It looks cleaner. Pith only supports gold. They don't have anything else. But it's very clean. Do you ignore the wicks on, let's say, 15-minute or still go into 5-minute when entering? 5-minute for entering, I mostly use on indices. Everything else, I'm sticking to 15. Right, so we do have a sort of close above here. It is counted as a close above. What do we have here? 5-minute structures all the way down there. No bottom wick on previous. 1 hour closed above, nicely bullish. See what we're looking like as range here. We have stop loss is going to be pretty big here. 80 pips for 18 pips. Even the top of the range here, all-time high is 75 by closing basis. So it really is not the best. Not the best. GJ closed below, but I'm bullish bias on GJ, so I have to respect that for now until we create maybe some second structure and get below the 4-hour support. If we can get below the 4-hour support, then I do see an opportunity potentially for some sells. This is my geo plan. What do you think? Yes, good for sending me your plan. I appreciate when someone wants feedback like this. This is exactly what you need to do. So you're looking for sells below there. Bullish 1 hour closing above. Wait for 5-minute structure. Yeah, that looks good to wait for 5-minute structure. And only if mixed bias you look for sells. SSN only looking for 10 to 12 pips. You don't have to only look for that. Remember, you can always use break even to your advantage, okay? You know, but overall it looks good. Wicks to fill here. So that looks good. If gold closes bearish and then bullish above, we have a nice 1-to-1. Yes, that is very true. Why is gold movement becoming expensive? Just a bit of movement, high profit and loss. That's an interesting way to put expensive. It's not expensive. It's due to, this is what I've been telling you guys all week. It is measurement, right? Measure the pips. It's just bigger ranges. That's why I told you from the very beginning of the last week, I said, you have to measure. You have to measure. You have to measure. Very important. We have to see how price reacts from this resistance. DAX spreads are wide. It just was Frankfurt open, so it will take normally 5 minutes for it to calm down if it hasn't already. For me, it's pretty much okay. The complaint music is here. That's a different song. That song, yeah. I always skip that one. What size of stop loss is too big for gold? How many picks are appropriately? That's a question that is like absolutely irrelevant, because what makes a stop loss too big? That's how you answer that question. So you need to ask yourself, and this is going to make your understanding better. What makes a stop loss too big? Nope. What makes a stop loss too big? Exactly. It's when your target is too small, right? Not risk. Risk will never make. Lot size will not make your stop loss too big. You can always adjust lot size. Exactly. So let's say you have a target. Okay, let's say you're trading at this range here. You're trying to take a buy, but for some reason you put your stop loss here. So your stop loss is 170 pips, but your target is 70. It doesn't make sense. That's too big stop loss. Compared to a different position, how about this one? Maybe you want to take sells here, break of low, stop loss is 270 pips, your target here is 50 pips. Makes no sense. Stop loss too big. I risk $1,000 to make 100, but the win rate is 95%, so it's still profitable. Yeah, but it can be profitable. Win rate doesn't matter about anything, right? Win rate doesn't matter about anything. Why? Because you can risk 1,000 to make 100, but remember, if you lose one, it's equivalent of losing 10 trades. Keep that in mind. So it is maybe still profitable, but is it efficient? Maybe not, because you don't know in how many conditions. 2 losses will set you back maybe 2 months, right? Depends on the volume of trades you're getting as well, because you need to realize that if you're winning 100 but risking 1,000, that means that if you lose one trade, you are losing equivalent of 10 wins. And that means you always need to hit 100 exactly every single time, right? So it can be very risky, especially if you get stuck into 2 losses in a row, which can happen. It can easily happen. You can get stuck into 2 losses. If you lose 2 losses in a row, that's it. You've basically lost 20 wins. So even with a 95% win rate, it's going to take a while to recoup the 20 wins. Now, what will happen is your psychology might be a bit messed up, and you might force yourself to go and recoup it faster, and you might take another loss, and then you just end up suddenly being unprofitable. And that's the risky thing, is that suddenly you can be unprofitable. From our perspective, but still couldn't be the target too far away. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. You're looking for 1-to-1. So if you have a 400 pip range, then obviously you have enough room to trade in. Doesn't mean it has to hit the 400 pip target, but as long as you have enough range, that's what's important. Or like in this scenario, I don't mind trading slightly negative, because with everything pointing bullish, I expect price to try push through this resistance. It did it before, so I'm trying to do it again. You know? And of course, average session push can play into that as well. If you've been seeing a session only push 30 pips, but all of a sudden today you have a 100 pip stop loss, yeah, it doesn't matter. You know? Do you think that trading is different than gambling on roulette? I feel that they have the same concept. If they have the same concept, then you're definitely not trading. If they have the same concept, you're not trading, you're just gambling in trading. There's 2 different things. There's gambling through trading, and there is actually trading. So they're drastically different things. Roulette is not even any comparison to trading. The closest thing you can get to trading is probably something like poker. That's probably the closest thing, where you have a structured plan, you have structured rules, and you have a game theory optimal. It's the closest you can get. But even in poker, there are situations where you have to shove all in, and that is the most profitable long term. In trading, we never need to shove all in. Never. We have total control over risk. We have total control. There's never a time where you have to say, shit, this is the time I have to go all in. Nope. You totally have control. What about sports betting? That's obviously also not going to be anything close to trading. How is that going to be close to trading? What does that have to do? If you get inside information, you win on sports betting. Most sports betting is fixed as well, you know, most matches. Have you read Trading in the Zone? No, I haven't, because I kind of heard the summary from people who have read it, and it's kind of stuff that I mostly know. But yes, it is a good book. You should read it if you are definitely in your earlier stages of trading, less than 2 years or something. Even if you're more and you struggle with the mental side, then it's pretty good. Definitely some amazing tips in there. Harry, in NY, there's been so many big pushes, can't find what average session pushes. Just focus on the setup, right? It's the setup. You also need to know what average session push is. There's a specific way. I don't have a video on YouTube about average session push. That's in the exclusive. so I couldn't direct you to a video, unfortunately, but there's a specific way. Do you have your trading rules written somewhere? Yes. I did, but now I don't. Now my trading rules are just taught in videos. But I do. And especially when I started, I had definitely all my rules written down. Almost 90,000 subs. How much we at? 89.5. Still some room. Problem is no one subs on the stream, man. Morning, what we looking for? The plan that we set out this morning, same plan as this morning. Nothing's changed yet. Why did you mark only the 4-hour resistance since the 1 hour is above that 4 hour? Which, on what pair, brother? I'm a little bit confused. On gold? Four-hour resistance since 1 hour is above that 4 hour. Yes, because we have to get to the 4 hour first, right? Not the 1 hour first. So I don't need to mark this. I had from Friday. I had this line from Friday. I just haven't had the 1 hour because I'm worried about the 4 hour first. I don't care about anything else except the 4 hour first. Because I know if I get into any trade before the 4 hour, I'm break even at the 4 hour because it's my next resistance. So anything above this is not even gonna bother me because unless I'm looking to take profit at it. But with the way that the ranges are forming, you know, it's like 50 pips to here's only 20 pips to that 1 hour is like maybe 30, you know. Just hooked up, so missed it. Damn. We're looking for DAX potential. If you look at DAX, bias is bullish, so could end up forming buys as well. Above the range and stuff like that. If not, looking for second range as well, 15-minute mark. Try show up to the analysis. It's really useful. The friend was explaining to me and I could relate with quite a number of concepts just by watching your streams. You give so much value. I appreciate that, man. Trading is the improved psychology. Trading in the what? Oh, you mean the book? Yeah, it should help with psychology. It's nothing will help with psychology. Reading, listening to anything will never help with psychology. It's a big misconception. Actually doing is going to help with psychology. Reading will just give you a concept that you have to go and apply at the end of the day. The only way you get better at psychology is to do things outside of your life, right? I mean, I missed the plan. Yes, I'm saying that's what I was talking about, the plan. Just now I gave a quick breakdown of the plan, and I also said try your best to show up for the plans. It's an important part, right? On DAX 4 hour there is a low resistance towards the upside. Yeah, but we marked that already. Not too worried about these ones here. This could be a retest zone, yes, but otherwise I'm looking to buy above. Had to prepare my daughter for school. All good, man. That's why I told you the plan already. Simple plan. We are bullish bias, looking for buys. Buys range 1 we have here, 15-minute where my line is, and then the second buy is above where my second line is. That's basically it. We'll see what forms in here, but I'm not interested in sells. I mean, probably if I'm gonna take sells today, it's not gonna be till the previous 4 hour. Why? Because we are bullish bias. Bullish bias. On Friday, took 2 losses during London. Then between London and NY, broke all-time high, so I wasn't going to miss that. Put in 2 orders, didn't close manually when it hit 90% TP, reverse, ender 2 more. Yeah, man, I think that definitely is just a lack of discipline in that sense. You know, obviously, the first rule that is there after 2 losses in a row, call it. That's already the first rule. And between session, we know the risk at between session, especially when it's hitting 90% to TP. Not only did it hit 90% to TP, it also hit key level there. You need to be checking your levels, right? It hit key level as well. 45 level was tapped, if you can see with this wick. That's why we rejected. So you need to be checking your levels. Yes, it was a valid trade here, but it rejected as well. Now, these all-time high trades here, I don't know why you took this trade. If you took this one, I don't understand this one because nothing closed above. It's random. You need something closing above minimum. That's always our rules. Price close above, then I can take a buy. If nothing closes above the resistance, I can't take a buy. So there's no way you should be entering that, first of all, and no way you should be losing that even if you entered that. The New York one, tap 45 key level, pretty straightforward break even. Then the next mistake you did is just marrying your trade as well. And then, you know, all goes wrong. Harry, have you played any musical instruments? Yeah, I used to play drums in a band. And then I also played guitar. I haven't played in a long time. I don't think reading many books is going to help you with trading strategy. Books are going to help you in general. Books are a great resource. As long as you apply the information and not read books, but study books. That's the big difference. I actually study books. If you go in my notepad, I have shit ton of notes. Back-to-back notes. Back-to-back notes of different books I've read and what my key takeaways for it. You know? I have key takeaways. Every single chapter I write a key takeaways. And if a book is not giving me value every single chapter, it's not worth reading for me. Harry, is it okay to take profit at 0.9 RR? I usually close my trade a little bit less 1-to-1. TP doesn't hit for some reason. Could be C trader thing. Yeah, that's fine, man. 0.9 RR is not that bad. As long as you're not closing randomly. One thing I noticed about FOMO is when you do it the first time, it plays out the second time also. The moment you raise your risk and hope for a big win, you get cooked. Yep, exactly. That's how it works. And that's the thing, is it always lures you in. It lures you in to make it feel like it's the right thing to do. Sharing your music, nice, man. Can you share it in the general chat? So because if we close Zoom, then cannot hear it, because I'll hear it after stream. Because when I close Zoom, we'll lose the link. I ordered a whiteboard to put it right in front of my face, write the rules. I had that, Alexi, man. I literally had that. I had a whiteboard in front of my desk and I used to write the rules on it because I used to also break the rules. Harry, can you create more videos explaining liquidity to grabs, break of structure? Last video of yours helped me see how I lost a trade, but I'm still trying to understand. More videos will really help. I think applying, you know, videos are great, guys, but you need to apply the information from the videos and then get feedback based off that. You know, as much as you, what would be the rules you have written? Simple stuff like closing my trade, do not marry the trade, whatever my recent mistakes were. So it would go through stages. Obviously, first thing was you have to write the rules that we use. We have the rules in the group. You can go, all the rules are there in the first segment of WOP content. Those are all the rules. So you can summarize that in which way will comprehend the best for you. right? So that's going to be the rules of the strategy itself, right? How to mark support and resistance. So you can have that just for yourself, but in that you're going to break something most likely, whether it be you are not patient enough to wait for structure, or you close your trade early, or you don't wait for closures, whatever stage you're at. At one point for me, it was I closed my trade early. So I used to write on in front of me on a whiteboard, do not close trade early. Right in front of me. So while I'm trading, I see in big writing, do not close trade early. So I won't close trade early. Make sure you leave a like on the stream, guys. Definitely helps show this to more people. After streaming CS, seems like the algorithm got a bit confused, not pushing my stream. I use a piece of paper placed over the trade execution button, means that I had to pick it up first read. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I used to write hey dumbass before the rule. Yep, if you need harshness to teach yourself, it's gonna be good. What's the lowest amount of deposit that you did when you started out? The lowest deposit I did to begin with was, my first deposit was $25,000, guys, and that's not a joke. That was my first deposit into Forex, was $25,000. Because I went in serious. And in crypto, I started in crypto though. So my first deposits in crypto was 200, 300, 500, stuff like that. But I wouldn't recommend, like, listen, if I'm being honest, and I hate to say this, but this is just really, I'm here to help. You have to realize that I would really save yourself from investing $100 and losing it to just probably buying a 5K funded account for $50 and spending the other 50 on education, man. You need it. Like, especially if you're in, like, I'm telling you, in an environment that I've created, an environment that I created in the exclusive, I hate to shill it because it sounds like everybody else, but you're not going to get that. Like, no matter where you go, it's just not going to happen. And I can say that. And I know it's not going to stay long like this. You know, I can't. It's just not going to be possible to do this type of intensity, you know, very, very long term. You know what I mean? Especially for this price. Something has to obviously grow with time. So I'm telling you from now, you know, like, this is going to be your best shot. And you're going to have everything you basically need. You know, did you blow it? No, I didn't blow it. Exactly what I'm doing. Got $39 challenge for 5%ers and the 55 for Harry exclusive. I totally agree with that. I think that's a budget way. You have some sort of goal to work towards, and you're really not wasting money by redepositing. Like, you'd be surprised how quickly you can spend $1,000 in this game. You know, Harry, do you think studying every losing trade will prevent you from losing the next time because the trade losses are the next one wins with the exact same conditions? Wrong. Studying every winning trade is what's going to avoid you to lose. Studying losing trades is not as important as studying your winning trades, because you don't want to replicate your losing trades, but you want to replicate your winning. So you need to analyze your losing trades and study your winning trades. See what you took, red one. GU, very nice GU, this one. Look at that bottom wick. I think this is good. This was Maya's plan as well, especially with that bottom wick should be enough. 5-minute structure there. Yeah, doesn't get cleaner than this. Hopefully Maya took this. Let's see how you entered on this. Oh, beautiful. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Well done, guys. This was a very clean trade. Nice target, bullish bias. Very, very, very good. Check out the 5-minute structure. Look at the bottom wick that was made. It's a beautiful bottom wick here. Very clean trade, boys. I wouldn't change anything, to be honest, myself. I wouldn't change anything myself. Even there was structure here. Yeah, closed above. Oof, that's really nice close as well. Yeah, that's actually pretty clean trade, man. Holy. I don't like your break even though. That's the only thing I would fix. Like to immediately move break even like that, no point of that, right? No point. Unless you just put the line there, but you know, just to immediately go break even. I moved after 10 pips, would that be correct? No, unless there's something there. So for me, my break even would have been this wick here. Minimum this first wick. I would have breaked even at this first wick. That's the most aggressive break even I can do in this position is the wick. Second break even would be this second wick. That's the one I would more look for. I breaked even at 134, 140. Yeah, something like that would be a little bit better. But clean trade. Well done, guys. Clean trade. I do like that. Gold trying to get back above here. Would that be your trade if you traded GU? Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. That's the clean. I think that's the setup one. Good time. What do you think about daily resistance? You can... The wicks is what gives me the confidence. Because it's not like it's a clean zone and we haven't tested it before. You know, if we hadn't tested it before, yeah, then you would be a little bit worried. But look at these wicks here. This is a very clean zone, man. I'm not too worried about anything of this. All right, gold moving here. Approaching that 4 hour, we see how deep this candle closes. Right now, stop loss is looking pretty big, eh? 60 pips to get here is 20 pips. To get up here is 70. So top of the range is still a 1-to-1. I thought the 5-minute structure would be enough for it to retest. Didn't understand what you mentioned about how you go B. Can you repeat? Yeah, just at the wicks. You just don't want to go break even too quickly. You know, you don't want to move break even too quickly. Like it's very common, like, oh, I'm in profit, move break even. But then it just comes back for and retest your entry, and then you you know, on my broker we're already above 4 hour resistance. Let me double check IC. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a gap. You're right. Oh, I wonder then if that's an option still, if we're already above. But we are closing pretty deep. We're just gonna see how this price action forms here at the moment. For me, we're very close to the 30-minute resistance on broker. So we can bring this back in now because it's going to be relevant now. Would you be taking into account the 5-minute setup one that the S3 was forming on 15? It wouldn't really be an S3 closing back so deep in the range. The best way, the only way I see that I would have taken this is based on 1 hour. 1 hour looks like valid. You could just hop stops below here, 90 pips. But really, you know, with gold at all-time high, what's one of the patterns that you guys always notice? Range is tough. Once it breaks out, night and day. It's just so simple, you know? So you either longing from the pullbacks to the bottom of the range, or you long outside the range is your best chances to win. Longing right here towards the top of the range is always tougher, always tougher. All right, so we do have a close here. Didn't close above 5. I mean, this is a rough one, man. This is a rough one. It kind of makes sense, and then it kind of doesn't. $65 for Wickfill. For me, this feels like it makes sense, but it's a riskier trade. Every time we've popped in this zone, we've actually failed. So historically, this is not the best zone to trade. Look, same type of setup. Candle close bearish, candle close bullish, fail. Candle close bullish, candle close bearish, fail. Although this is a gap here, this was market open. But it's really not been the best zone overall. You know, we're coming close towards top of triangle. It makes sense, but I don't know how confident I am in it. Feels a bit FOMO-ish. I think the deeper bottom wick we get, the better it's gonna feel. These candles are normally not the best candles on gold. These type of weak bullish candles like this fails. If you draw a box like this to mark the zone, something like this, you can see how much of a pain in the ass this zone has been. You see that? That 4 hour only on Pith? Yeah, I know. It's because it's adjusted for the gap. You can see how much of a pain in the ass this zone has been. Even now it is causing a rejection. I prefer going above the high instead of the wick fill. It will be more confirmation in this type of scenario, but above the high is late. Let's just see how price action forms. We could close this 5-minute candle bearish. Let's see. Just need to go to the toilet. I'll be back. All right. So we pulled back here. This is a decent bottom wick, to be honest. If this starts to flip, I would be interested. You know, especially if a 5-minute can close bullish. Close bullish, then start to flip. I feel like it's a higher low. We've retested. any drawdown that this would typically be, you know, would be avoided. Give me a sec, just need to take this. Hey John, hope you're well, brother. Morning, morning. Baby Yoda. DAX, let's have a look, brother. Yep, coming close to our zone. 8 minutes for this candle here. Don't be worried if it pushes through because we have massive range above here. The important thing on DAX today is going to be, can we break out of the range first of all? First and foremost, can we break out of the range? Can you show a good flip situation? Yeah, that's a good. You've actually asked on a good time. This would be a flip situation. So this would be, so let's say this in this scenario where we don't want to enter break of high because this rejected nothing, right? So you make sure you understand the wick fill concept that is explained in the WOP content, the wick fill concept. So this would be the wick fill, but in this case, we made a high. This is a small wick. Sometimes it can be a little bit longer, maybe like that much longer, or even maybe a little bit more. And now that it's making its deep bottom wick, you would be able to take a buy on the flip if everything else makes sense, right? Instead of break of high, you're going on when it flips and breaks its own high. That's a flip situation, right? This is your confirmation candle. This is your wick fill, and then the flip would be here. Here, actually, a little bit lower. How's your spread on DAX? It's good now. Let's see if it happens. Yeah, in this case, a little bit different because of the range we're in. It's not the cleanest trade. It is a trade though. This is a trade. This is a trade. Now, if this closes bearish in 6 minutes below, if it closes bearish below in 6 minutes, then it's game over anyways. What time do you trade from daily? From 9:30 a.m. Dubai time. I'm live. So we have a 5-minute resistance here. If we can't get in, we can also get in above the 5-minute resistance, which I quite like as well here. I actually prefer that than the 15 actually. Would look cleaner. Have you considered trading other JPY pairs? I used to, but for me it didn't make sense because when I'm trading London, GBP is obviously going to be stronger than trading USD JPY during London, or Euro JPY is also good, but I preferred GBP JPY back in the days. Euro JPY was cool as well. It moved quite nice. What's my bias on GJ? I'm bullish bias on GJ based on technicals. We can see it just ranging for now. No surprise, that's how it's been these days. Yeah, this looks pretty much, we're actually lucky. This is why sometimes waiting for that deep bottom wick is really useful. I think maybe NY today can break out. If this ranges during whole London, I'm very excited for NY. Like actually very excited. DAX is slowly progressing here. This is one of the first songs I used on my videos 4 years ago. This song, I used to use this. Whoever knows my channel as an OG, who knows my channel as an OG, you will remember this song in the introduction. This used to be my intro songs. Welcome back, guys. Harry here, known as Tradesharpe, and today I remember. It's a good beat. That's why I picked it. Old videos. What is this, man? That's a what is this on? This is on DAX. That looks like a data feed leak. Let me see my IC. Oh, you're looking at it on 1 minute? Is this a 1 minute time frame? That's market open. Oh, Dow. Oh yeah, you're right. That's like a nasty liquidity grab. Some guy playing some games. DAX was above B 5-minute resistance. Based on 15, you wouldn't have to know. You wouldn't, but I really want a strong close. 53, 34. I actually prefer if we create a resistance here and then close above on a 5, it's gonna be better. So we can leave this mess. For me, this is a little bit of mess. There's good 1 minute structure below. Yeah, but once we lose this, it's game over to stop loss. You have to run, stop below this structure here. Everyone used welcome back in the beginning. Yeah, that was the stuff. I looked at your old lives and the mic quality was night and day. Everything quality was night and day. Actually, at the end of the stream, we'll go through my old video. Now I just want to concentrate on DAX, but we'll go and listen. I'm interested to listen. Will DAX close above? It's looking like it's rejecting last minute here, which is another reason why closures are very important. All right, so we have closed above here. Can we get a bottom wick? See what stops are looking like. 47 points. Don't really think I can run smaller stops. 38 would be here. That could work. Yeah, it seems like a rejection zone, man. I'm a little bit worried about all these 5. I kind of feel confident if I see a 5 close. If this, you know, if this 5 can close bearish, next one close above, I'd feel a lot more confident here. It's one thing that's putting me off. I like the bottom wick. I think the deeper bottom wick we get right now, the better. It's a weird one, this. It's a weird one, this, because it makes sense on 15, eh? But there's so much shit here. So in a scenario like this, what would I rather do? Would I rather take the aggressive option in hopes that it continues? Or would I rather take this safer option with the risk that I miss the trade? I mean, in my book, safer always. Another thing I'm also looking at here is that I have range, man. I'm not tight on range. Look at this. I have range here. I have range above here. If I have starting capital of $50, would you recommend get it going live or funded? I recommend just not to deposit $50. You need to save more money, Brand. Save more money. You're just going to waste that money for sure. You're going to either blow it in account. You don't mind London Open being so close? Not at all. As long as you have 5 minutes. Like then that's kind of like my rules. 10 minutes is definitely enough. You can get good volume 10 minutes. And then hold through London Open, which is always really exciting. Unless you're in drawdown, then it's not exciting at all and you're crying. Anyways, at least it's moving down. It's giving us a breather at least to think and consider and see the options. So it's nice when we get that. Look at this 1 hour, looks like shit. This zone here. So much rejections. I tell you, if the 1 hour closes above here, it's a big catalyst. My spread is 10 points. That's not even funny, bro. My spread is not doing that much better as well. I'm 0.8 points, right? Yeah. Oh, look at the flip coming through here. Since from DAX spreads have been cooked. Actually, since the beginning of his tenure, it's been fine. But since the tariffs, it's been cooked. I asked broker about high spreads. They said liquidity provider issue. Yeah, they don't know when it's going to be fixed. I mean, IC is running well. Look at this 5-minute open here. This would have slipped us if we entered the way it opened. I was literally watching that on broker to see how it would break. It wouldn't have? Then you should have took it, bro. Nice, nice. You took it then. Where did you run stops? $8.15 stops. $41 points. Yeah, I still sticking with, you know, it'd be nicer to see something leave that 5. I'm not worried because we have so much room above the highs. Like I said, I kind of made the decision to play it the safer way. I could miss the trade for playing it the safer way, but it's Monday. I have the whole week to take trades. At least I can avoid this structure creation drawdown part now, and also avoid nothing closing above, which would make me uncomfortable. Like, you really want to see this candle close above here. Then you'd probably get the continuation. Wouldn't be comfortable with this flip. Flip is okay. The flip and drive is scary if it flips and starts dumping. You know? So you kind of want to see 2 minutes business happen here and it close above. That would be a better scenario. Same for GBP JPY. GJ can close above. Yeah, if GJ can close above on 15. Yeah. But GJ would need a 15 close above because it's GJ, not DAX. It's not the same the way it moves. So 6 minutes, which will also be London Open in 6 minutes. Yeah, DAX should be interesting. London Open here, boys. I'm actually looking good. But it would be the same trade, yep. Close above, setup 1. See the gold chart, cannot sell gold. I'm not interested myself in selling gold, guys. Really, I'm not interested in selling gold. Yes, you could play the range, but this is where a lot of people get cooked here, right? This is where a lot of people get cooked, selling inside of the range, buying inside of the range unless the bottom of the range. Like I said, all-time high, the beautiful is bottom of the range or top. And I don't really want to go against bias. Same, look at how many people you think took sells on GJ, man? I'm sure a shit ton of people took sells on GJ or trying to sell GJ today. You know? So many people would have tried to take sells on GJ. And look, bias is somewhat playing out. Yeah, we haven't closed above yet, so not triggering an entry, but pretty good. How's DAX doing? DAX is trying to create structure right now, so at least we get to avoid this drawdown, which is nice about being more on the patient side. The only risk is last 4 minutes we fly. Of course, that is always a risk, but again, I would be very uncomfortable in this situation understanding it's a riskier trade, but that's just your own tolerance, you know. If we can have 1 hour confirmation, yeah, just this 5 minute. If just this 5 minute can close above. The scary thing is if you're in position here, you need to consider what to do before the open. Holding through open, we know, can be a little bit dangerous with liquidity grabs. So just really be careful of that. Hold it is. Just be careful on the open, man. It can slip, right? Hopefully you get into profit, then you can manage. If we take DAX, depends on the open, man. If we open with a liquidity grab down, you put stops below that liquidity grab. If we open nicely without any drama per se, then you can just run below the 5. But we'll see in 3 minutes here. Also, GJ looks like it's trying to set up here quite nicely as well. So GJ is also an option. Hopefully GJ will also chill. I'm scared I closed DAX. No, just move break even, bro. Just move break even. Can't be scared in profit, man. How's DAX doing? Oh man, it might rip. We have a lot of ranges though. We have a lot of ranges, but hopefully it can chill a little bit. You know? Yeah, 1 hour. Like I said, we have range today, so I'm not too worried about range, but we don't want to be at resistance, right? It's always hard at resistance. And knowing DAX, guys, there is a possibility last 1 minute this shit closes below. Really, really. I've seen that happen. Should do some measuring now to see if we open 42 for the low break of high. Wick fill would be about 34. Okay. Get ready for the open. Let's see how the open comes here. If we can get a bottom wick. Oh man, not like that. Last 10 seconds to push. Last 10 seconds to push is nasty. Last 10 seconds to push is nasty. Very nasty. Oh, nice open here. Oh, wow. Very nice open. Very nice open. If this flips bullish, it's valid. But this is a bit too much. It's dumping. It's a little bit too much for me to take it on the flip now. Shit, man. This is why I told you, wait for open. I'm telling you, open can be like this, man. Open can be like this. Whoever held during open, you get screwed. Still valid with a 100 pip stop? I don't know, man. I was literally... I looked at this open no top wick and I'm like, man, this is too juicy now. I was literally gonna say, break of high, let's go. And then it's come all the way back to bottom of the range. That's fine though. But this is why you wait for open. Everything here, even if I took this risky position before, I would have been out break even. Only saw 29 points, not enough. But slipped at hard B? Yes, definitely would be slipped. Maybe, depends on your broker, but you know, definitely an opportunity, which is why I prefer at opens to be half out. Or you just be at B and you get slipped a bit, you know, you just accept the slippage. Alright, so let's see how GJ closed. We can't forget that. Oh, it didn't close above. Wow, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's a little bit boring if I'm being honest, because those buys were looking nice. Gold is respecting bias. We're seeing gold attempt again to make it to the highs. What is DAX doing? DAX is absolutely melting right now. Again, my counter bias sells. I mean, I actually would accept counter bias sells below here today. Why? Because we've done a liquidity grab up. There's no reason for us to go all the way up here, grab liquidity, and start breaking this low of the range. I'm sure it can give some continuation to previous 4-hour support. Yes, it's 22 points, but that would be kind of like my sell idea. If not, I'm still locked in on the buys. I'll be looking for all the buys with liquidity grab to go down. It's possible, right? That's why I'm accepting the sells below the range. But also this could just be a little of a washout, right? Because you could imagine how many people are also buying here. You know, it's a pretty simple buy. They're just trying to get the continuation. This will wash them all out, create the liquidity needed for the actual buys. See, the problem in this scenario is like I'm tempted to take a buy, but where's stop loss? I've actually seen, now I'm building data on this, but I've seen 1 minute setup 5s work in this scenario. When we have this heavy pullback back to the bottom of the range, 1 minute setup 5 works. One minute setup 5 clean on US 30 as well. Yeah. They are clean, especially on these pullbacks, you know. But we're not getting one yet. Okay, I'm ready. Of course you're ready. Setup 5, your ears open wide. Get excited. Full risk back to the top. Yeah, but the only way I can enter in this scenario is like a 1 minute setup 5, and that's even aggressive as it's not been tested. We will be buying a bearish 5 minute. Full margin Monday? Yeah. Who needs to survive till Friday? That's too much time. S5 is Ankit. Okay, so we're making our way back up. If the next 5 minute candle closes bullish, starts to look interesting. See, if we don't have a change of structure on 1 minute right now, keep in mind 1 minute can roll over. It will have to make a higher low at some point. There will have to be a higher low at some point. If there's no higher low at some point, at any point this can roll over. Even from highs here. This resistance, it can tap it, boom, roll over. Friday's bank holiday. Yes, it's a shorter week. Friday and Monday, both bank holidays for London. Only real option is to trade US late. Ooh, what a candle. What a candle. 9 minutes. Fuck. I wish this was like 3 minutes to close, man. What a candle. This is such a nice candle. Not even 1-to-1 to there. NY session chat was interesting. I'm glad to hear that, man. DAX is rejecting. Remember I talked about the 1 minute? Yeah. I'm sure this is the 1 minute making, yes. Remember I said at any point it can roll over. That's the rollover. You need the 1 minute change of structure there. It's very important. Otherwise you can roll over. Look at the rollover we're getting. Boom. Absolutely demolished. All early buyers. These all, I can't tell you how many people early bought here. Early bought and absolutely screwed. What is rollover? Basically means price puts up and then rolls over. Boom. Because there was no structure. No structure. Structure tells you everything, man. This was just a pullback to roll over. Now, what could have happened is it could have pulled back and then created that change of structure. Now, if we're taking buys here, this is very, very good win rate on that because we have structural points protecting us in our trade. Wonder if we get the sells. Appreciate the subscribing to the channel. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel. I'm posting content every week. Some great content coming on the channel, guys. So if you haven't left a subscribe, then you are gay. No, I'm just joking. I shouldn't really say that, actually. It's a bit too far. I shouldn't. I have nothing against what you choose to be. Shit, that kind of just slipped out. I'm gonna get hate from that, man. I don't have any problems, you know, you can choose whatever, but, you know, anyways. We'll just move on. We'll just move on. I won't dig myself a hole. I'm gonna unsubscribe so I can be game already. He is dumb. I told you. Now we know that guy's gay. He's calling me dumb. We know he's gay. Man, I should stop. I'm really gonna dig myself in a hole. Shit, man. I'll stop. Alright. Composed. Oh man, what a dump on DAX, but we have ranges to play with. So if this thing is just gonna do what it did on Friday, then I hope we get the same volume because we can just take continuation trades actually. We can take continuation trades. Gonna clip that and send it to Sniper ICT. Where is Sniper ICT, man? He hasn't posted a video for a long time. Where is Sniper ICT, bro? Where is he? Sniper ICT. Man, this is the last video he posted of me. 7 months ago. Guys, go watch the video. I'm gonna post this in YouTube chat. You have to watch this compilation he made. You have to watch this. Okay, what's gold doing? Gold is still trying to slowly make its way down, but rejecting. And GJ? Ah, that's a shame, man. You saw how sexy that candle was looking? Imagine you took the GJ on the 1 hour flip. Man, GJ messed up so many people today. It's not even funny. It triggered people into the sells at London Open, then reflipped into the buys. Oh, nasty, nasty. Now it's re-triggered people into the sells again and rejecting. Absolute emotional roller coaster. DAX is being a bit wild. This is the daily flip line here. We have sells below here as well. Is this the... Are we doing a deep liquidity grab to head up is the question as well. What is this line here? Let's just stop a random line. That's the question. Is this deep liquidity grab to head up? It's possible. 5 minutes setup 5. It's go time. Daily has no bottom wick on broker. It has check broker. Maybe it doesn't. It has a... I'm gonna personally dial up ICT. Does he give you any contact information on his channel? Who's that guy? Guys, you have to go watch that video. I posted it in chat. Go watch it. It's really funny. Just a random guy made a compilation. He made a compilation. Guys, you have to go comment on his channel for him to post another video. Bro, it's actually wild, man. It's wild to have this much on stream, you know? Like, it's pretty nuts that you have this many long videos. Like, can you imagine the amount of time? Like, it's actually crazy. Like, these are, each videos are at least an hour and a half plus, 2 hours, most of them. 2 hours, over 500 live streams I think we've reached right now. That's extremely insane. I don't think you get a lot of people showing up for 500 days back to back, showing you consistency over 500 days, let alone 5 trades. So I think it's I'm proud of it, and I think it's definitely been something I would love to show and demonstrate online of my my own trading journey itself, because this has documented my trading journey. What's the best Arabic food you like since you are living in Dubai? Well, depends which type of Arabic food, right? Like, Lebanese food is good. If you're talking about local Arabic food, you know, there's not really much local dishes. It's just it's a remake on popular Arabic rice dishes like mendi, majboos, stuff like this. You know, salona, all of this stuff. So that's all good. Since Don Vo and Lorenzo not streaming, I guess you are the #1 streamer on Forex YouTube? No, I don't think I am. Definitely not by views. You guys don't push the videos enough. You don't share this video. You don't like the video. We need to get back to #1. I was back. I used to be very close to 1,000 viewers on stream back in the day. When I was... How much you make from YouTube now? Around $3 a stream, $2 to $3 a stream. So a week, I don't know how much. 5 times 3 is like 15, you know, $15, $25 a week. I pay I pay a lot more for just the thumbnail. I don't pay it. I pay about the same for the thumbnail. So it makes back the thumbnail money. And then the video, of course, costs way more. $1.5 an hour, basically. Yeah, you don't really stream for money, eh? But stream has allowed me to build a brand, right? And with that brand, I would never have been able to create or sell pip labs. DAX, yeah, we're waiting. It just needs to, we need a setup 5 here. This is DAX in front of us, looking right at DAX right now. No bottom wick on this 15, could flip. Setup 5 on 1 minute? No, not really. That's just a higher low. This was the setup 5 here, but there's no bottom wick on 15 and you'd probably be out break even. Now it looks like it's going to flip the 15 potentially and make that bottom wick that wasn't there. Last daylight saving messed that up? Yeah, it does affect. Yes, it does. Lebanese food unreal? Yes, pretty damn good. Especially if you just like buy freaking everything. Mixed grills, hummus, and all of this shit. And you go wild. You go wild and bread and I don't know what. And 1,500 calories later, you feel sick. It was worth it. When you mean sell pip labs, did you sell it or you mean offering a service that you sell? Offering a service that I sell. You know? Try Algerian couscous from real Algerian mom. Yeah, that should be insane. I have tried Moroccan couscous. It was pretty good. But I can imagine it must taste really good. What about Turkish food? Yeah, Turkish food is decent. It is very good. Try Dutch food. What does patas mean in Dutch? Does that mean anything? Yes. Means fries? Oh, okay. How do you say shoes in Dutch? Oh. How do you say like flip-flops, slippers? It's the same? Very good. Don't talk about food with Italian in the group? Yeah, Italian food is very good. It's basic foods. You need fresh ingredients with Italian food. I see in YouTube chat we also have a few Dutch here. Few Dutch in YouTube chat. What is the taste in girls? Ah, you have to pay $55 a month to know that. I'm joking. Cecil, you went there. Immediately you went there. It's on the top of your mind. This is proof. I caught live proof. It's on the top of his mind. Immediately. Chirp. Immediately. Oh, everyone noticed this. Everyone noticed this. Immediately his comment comes out there. His mind immediately ready for it. Filipino food? Yes. Adobo is Filipino food. Okay, how will we get into DAX now? Hopefully this 5 can close bearish, next one close bullish. Above here, look for buys. Pakistani food, of course. Indian Pakistani food is very popular here. A lot of Pakistani culture, Indian culture. So those foods I'm very versed in. To be honest, I love Indian Pakistani food. It's a lot of flavors. Sri Lankan food, yes, definitely. Sri Lankan food, I've eaten a lot of Sri Lankan food. What's the... shit. This was really weird to me, but it used to be able to buy Sri Lankan food. It was like... it will have to come back to me. It was almost... I think it was made out of tofu or something. It was made out of tofu or something like that. 5 on left, you're not going to market. The idea would be to trade to that, not at it. The idea would be to trade to that. Sir Strumming? No, I do not want to eat that. Thank you very much. Have you tried samosa? Come on, this is all beginner stuff, man. This is all beginner stuff. How is GJ looking? How long till the 15 close? 7 minutes. Always teasing us with like 7 minutes. Come on, bro. What's the taste in girls? Come on, bro. What type of question is this? African food is good. Yes, I need someone to make me some fufu and jollof rice. No tofu in Sri Lanka? Yes, but it's called something. It's like it's not real meat. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Do you know, Harry? Yes, I do know. Satan. No, it's not Satan. What? Let me give you the menu. Blonde italic. What the hell is italic? I've never heard of italic. Maybe I'm dumb. What is italic? What is an italic girl? What? She's cursive. Fuck's sake, man. Italy? No, italic is not Italy, bro. Look at Tony, bro. He's about to pull out his freaking pistol, bro. He's opening the window. Some baddies in Italy, I'll tell you that much. But anyways, we won't go down this road. Man's trying to squeeze every single information. Italian plus Arabic. You guys are going down dangerous routes. All right, we have 2 5-minute candle closures now. I really want some sort of support. 1 minute is looking good structure here. Again, this could just form a resistance and that's it. 50-minute candle closes here in about 4 minutes, which would be best for us. At least we need a 50-minute candle closing back in the range. We get some sort of confidence. You sleeping on the Norwegians? Norwegians, Swedish. Listen, guys, this is why I didn't want to open the conference. Always finding a way to lure me in. Uh-oh. Come on, you have eyes on girls? Bro, go watch my way on the video. At the end of the video, I have I'm fully focused. Not even 1 centimeter I turn to take any notice or something like that. You see 2 baddies walking. I didn't do anything. Stayed calm. Guys, I really want some sort of structure here just to put stop loss. You could rip it, but the problem is if we pull back, it's not going to be fun. Now, what would be nice is if we had the pullback with this 5-minute candle closing bearish, which also gives us 15. At least we know, because you know what DAX is like. Last minute can close outside the range. Closes outside the range last minute, then we're stuck. So come on, DAX, do it for me. The real world is looking for boys. Oh man, don't start again. GJ leaving? What's GJ doing? Back above weekly support even. Everything's starting to push. Setup 4 for gold is a little bit yes and no. Yeah, setup 4 could work. It's more of a riskier one. GJ is pushing here already far. We have limited range on GJ for stop loss. 36, 27. DAX, I like DAX if it can continue up, but it's really just pushing straight, huh? It's V-shaped. I really wanted something, bro. Something. That's really annoying on my side. Gold might fail the setup 4 here. Not making our lives easier. If you were failed as a trader, what would be your next venture? I don't really think about it like that. Why would I be failed as a trader? Trading doesn't have to be full-time, right? Look, we're here for a couple of hours and that's it. I've done my job for the day. I think it's almost impossible to be a failed trader unless you just quit or you lose so much money that you don't know what to do, right? But you can control all of that. You can control all of that. Why is Lewis Hamilton not as good as he used to be on Mercedes? New team, new structure, new car. You know, when you're racing at that high of a level, sitting in a different car is going to be a massive effect. You know, it's going to make a massive effect. You know, motivation, he might lack motivation when you've been racing so long. There's so many factors, you know. Mainly new car, I think, will affect a lot of driver. He did okay, yeah, but you know, people's expectations of him is astronomical. Also, young talent, you know, young talent is... Check GJ. Let's see how GJ is doing. Yeah, I did close above here, but you know, it's negative risk to reward. You know, stop has to go below this candle here. 36 pips, up here is 28. It's not even like max target is not a 1-to-1. If we can get a setup 3, it would make sense. We also have this resistance here that we seem to be rejecting right now. I've sent the correlation TS chat for the with the offset several frames. Could be cool to look at. Yeah, we'll have a look at it after stream. What do your family think about you being a trader? Are they supportive? Yes, because they see the results. Also, they trust me. You have to build trust with your family. Most problem why people have problems with their families, they don't have trust. So my family trusts me because they know that I'm doing my best in everything, and you know, I'm focused. That's what's very important. You know, it's scary for a parent when their son is just, or daughter is just doing nothing, and they push them and they still do nothing. In that case, that is when they become really tight with them and force them to go to university, force them to give them a path, because they're scared that they're going to just waste their youth, precious time, and end up in their 30s stuck in a job that they hate, stuck doing something that they, or they just don't have a job and they're just living, especially if their parents did well in their life. It's actually more risky for the children to basically just rely on all of their hard work instead of produce any results of themselves. Session is cooked. Yeah, it's looking a bit rough here. It's looking a little bit rough. Maybe there's a wick fill option here in about 2 minutes. We see how it closes. I kind of want to kind of stay out of the range with the way it's moving right now. It's moving a little bit rough, the range. I'm gonna wait 2 minutes and see. If not, then I just simply call it and take a breather. I quite like GJ maybe. Setup 3, even the flip here, break of high, which would also be 5-minute candle close above, looks quite nice as well. Can run 5-minute stops. Could be an interesting one. Move of the day? No. I think if DAX wants to break out bullish today, it has so much room to break out bullish, but it looks like it's getting stuck in a range. That's what it looks like it's doing. Let's see how GJ closes. Oh, look at this, huh? No 1-minute structure. You see that? How I catch that? That's gonna be deadly. Watch. You don't want it to close above. The idea was to break through it. All right, let's see this. If we can create a little 1-minute structure, would be great. We need it because we're entering on a 5. Remember here? Entering on a 5. Damn, not gonna come through, eh? Shit. Even small bottom wick here, man. Unless we run 15 stops is valid, guys. But for 15-minute stops, it really doesn't make sense risk to reward wise. Minimum stop I can run here below support is 31. And really the target is not even 31. So it's gonna be a waste of time, and the risks are there. Gold is ranging. Now DAX can still cook up, man. It just needs to freaking get its ass moving. Also no 1-minute structure on DAX. Why didn't you like S4 and gold? Because gold inside the range at all-time high. It's that rule, right? Just see it. It's always bullshit, right? Especially, we're mid-range, not bottom range. Bottom range, I take it 100%. That mid-range inside of the range during all-time high phase is Always a mess. I mean, it could play out, but it's just normally like this. This is very common. Asian not cooking all-time high. NY heavy breakout. Definitely possible here, man. If it's going to do it during NY, should do it today because of Asian not moving. It's a shame about this GJ, actually. This is a shame. But we needed it for the 5-minute stop loss. I really needed it for 5-minute stop loss. Harry, yesterday my journal was erased by accident. Is there any way I can get it back? Check the bin. Press Ctrl Z, see if that actually brings it back. Sometimes it does. Yeah, pretty clean, man. That push. When's the last time you saw a 1-minute push like this on GJ? Absolutely never. Especially if we're basing it on 5. Like I said, 15 makes sense, but you're not going to get paid unless this thing absolutely just wakes up and you get a push all the way 34, 35 pip push. I mean, fuck. It's waking up for sure, which is absolutely absurd to me since we haven't seen it. That's pretty crazy. I've analyzed your stream. I won't say that you're in a loss, but you're just a break-even trader who takes big losses and small wins and closes small partial wins. Correct me if you're wrong. I think I don't need to say anything. I think if you're happy to make that judgment and that's the judgment you're able to make, then it talks about pretty much your ability as a trader, which is not that good, if I'm being honest. Like, for me, I don't need to justify against that. Maybe you're trying to trigger me with that comment or something like that, but I think you are totally lost. Totally lost. You know, totally lost. But you know, at the end of the day, that's why a break-even trader can only pull in $1,900 last week. He's just a break-even trader and pulls in only $1,900 last week because he's a break-even trader. So, yep, it absolutely makes sense. Why you not take breakout at GJ? Because I wasn't planning the move on a 15-minute. I wasn't planning a move on a 15-minute. DAX looks clean. Let's see DAX right now. It is trying to cook something. It is trying to cook something for sure. Should I take him out? No, I just like people can ask these questions, man. It's fine, totally fine. But it's when it's built out of nothing, when it's just bullshit, it doesn't make sense. For me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, from what analysis here is my losses way bigger than my wins? I literally took a 35 pip loss, a 47 pip loss, and 163 and 67. If you just study the last losses, it makes no sense. You know? Calculating pips is only is irrelevant as well. Agree. But you can look at percentages. Yes, sometimes my losses are bigger than my wins, but I rarely lose. Like last week I lost. Last week was pretty rough, but last month I lost. You know, twice. Crazy part is they shit here and they ask you why you try to think you're bad themselves. They click execute and hang on for dear life. Yeah, I know. But I like to address it, right? Because address it once and move on. That's it. Harry, we want to rewatch the CS stream. Yes, I'm going to post the link in Discord. When is your loss bigger? Sometimes here, look, you know, sometimes my wins are 0.9, 0.75, and then I lose 1%. But then I have bigger wins as well. 1.25% win, 1.9% win. So it all balances out. Anyways, the data is all there. %3 from passing funded. Let's go, man. Let's go. Man, I'm a little bit salty about GJ actually. Little bit salty. Can you imagine? It did it. Ah, that's a dagger. Bro, this guy is crying in chat, man. He's calling now all of chat pathetic because they're doing well. He literally asked chat. This is how sad he is in his life. He asked chat, how is everyone doing? And they said, yeah, we're doing well. Stream is going well. And now he's coming in chat and saying you're all pathetic. Bro, you have nothing in your life, man. Level up. You're just shit. I'm being honest. No one's going to tell you this. You really need to level up. Don't be the guy that hates on things you don't have. Don't be the guy who hates on things you don't have. Just level up. Trust me, man. It's you versus you in this world. You going and moaning and complaining to other people and trying to shit on other people to make yourself feel better, it's not going to get you anywhere, I promise, man. And you want to live your life just complaining anyways? He says, I'm leaving this. You lost a viewer. Oh no, guys, I lost this viewer. What a bad viewer to lose, man. Man, he was the best view I had. Shit. I think that's a big mistake from my side. Just ban him, and ban him. We may need to make sure he doesn't return. That's more important. Man, sometimes I get surprised every day at the different characters that we have. It's why streaming is so fun. Don't ban, we need entertainment. It's not fun anymore though. We need something new. It's been a minute since we had a hater. Yeah, that's why we deal with him, get rid, and then wait for the next one. Guys, my plan on DAX is simple. Looking for buys. Buys above the high. What happened on FTSE here? What was your plan to buy on FTSE though? Oh, you took a long at the bottom but closed fast? Okay. You need to make a closing plan, man. If you plan where to close, you will not close fast because you had a plan. You see? So whenever you take a trade, you need to plan where to close. Very important. Very, very, very important. We need positivity, no loudmouth. Yeah, but it's cool when you can destroy loudmouth with positivity and facts. But guys, I'm gonna end YouTube stream. Hopefully DAX continues pushing. I will be taking buys if we close above here. As for GJ, yeah, I guess it pushed today, man. Wow, absolutely incredible. Actually, I was surprised at that. I was actually looking for the buys here if we just got a little bit. I have never seen GJ push on a 1 minute like this for a very long time. Very, 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 very long time. I mean, it's absolutely unheard of. So probabilities long term, no, you're going to probably get into heavy drawdown on a position like this, especially that I wanted to use 5 stops. If I just kept 15 stops, yeah, I could have got away with it for sure. But I was a little bit worried about all of like taking it based on 15 without all of this BS here. And then gold is going to be valid for NY, I feel, buying from bottom of the range, breakout top of the range, some juicy stuff. And DAX is still valid for the session now if it decides to get moving. So that's what I'm going to do for now. Appreciate you all showing up on stream. Let's catch it tomorrow. Only Monday, whole week ahead. And let's cook up big for this week. Nice to come to the start of the week without any wild things going on. So yeah, appreciate you all. Check DAX. DAX might happen pretty soon. And yeah, take care and speak to you guys pretty soon. All right. Peace. Cheers. Cheers.